All right, I'm the flatratemaster, and today it's a little different. We're going to talk about CAN networks. I've got my truck sitting here, and I'll put it up on the screen, but I've got the Pico Scope running on the CAN network. Simple, no big deal. Now what brought this up was my check engine light came on over the weekend, and I've been riding around with this little scan tool in the truck, and I plugged it in, and all my lights on my dash lit up, my gauges went dead, and it didn't do nothing except not make my truck happy. So it's shorted to ground, I believe. It's definitely setting network codes in all my modules, so we're going to hook it up. Now, do a little show and tell on my setup. I've got my OTC breakout box hooked in and hanging out the window so you guys can see it a little bit. Pico Scope hooked up, and of course my screen. Now I'm screen capturing, so hopefully it will, turn out and I won't have any problems. This is the first time screen capturing for a video. And I've got a maintainer on it from OTC. Sounds like an OTC commercial, but want to maintain power while I'm filming the video because I don't want to, I want to get home. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and plug this up and see what happens to the CAN signal. Should be interesting. Woo, look at that. That is ugly. So let me show you a couple things. My CAN high is actually still flickering. My CAN low, however, is dead to the world. And in case it doesn't come out, that is my CAN signal. That is ugly. That is going to be a problem. Now, sure, I'm sure some of you that are unfamiliar with CAN network diagnosis and all that kind of stuff is like, you're shorting it to ground. Guess what? It's no big deal. Once you unplug it, it does fine. So we're going to go ahead and unplug it, and my CAN network's back to normal, and I'll set a bunch of codes in all my modules, but my truck's fine. In fact, just to prove it, let that cool off. I'm going to go crank my truck up. Now I'm not going to try to start it with the CAN network pulled down just because it's not going to start. It's going to be pissed off. So I thought this would be a good little lesson that I know a lot of people are intimidated by network diagnosis, and it can be because you're calling usually rather expensive modules half the time, but it's just a network. You ground it, you pull it to positive, it's just going to piss off the network, and as soon as you take it away, it's going to go back to working. So it's an important lesson to understand when it comes to CAN networks. Wire rubbing intermittently can pull down the CAN network. A failing component in a module can pull down the network. You just have to understand it's just network. So diagnose the network and everything will be fine. I hope you enjoyed this little look at what happens when you short a CAN network. It wasn't a diagnosis. Obviously it's not going to be a diagnostic video because we know the cause. Cheap old scan tool. Riding around in the back of my truck, I guess wasn't good for it because it shorted my network, but I can't do a video on it. I can't do a diagnostic video on it because as soon as I unplug this, my network comes back. So hope you enjoyed this little interesting little, broken scan tool, but if you did, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe. Make sure and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I put out new videos. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Comments are always appreciated. And as always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.